whatever day it is today. I have no idea. I don't really think it matters. My name is Melanie. I'll be guiding us through this flow today. I think like that first week, maybe first 10 days of quarantine was kind of fun. It was like, you know, last day of class, senior year, you're like ready to go. And now it's not as fun. So we're gonna try to have some fun today. Get into some arm balances. Just do whatever you gotta do. Have fun with it. Try something new, challenge yourself. Grab a block or two, put them on the back of your mat, wherever that might be, whichever side that is. And then child's pose, back of the mat. Take those knees as wide as you like, as wide as feels good. Those big toes will touch, hips to heels. Reach, extend, fingertips forward, bring the forehead to the mat. And close the eyes. Maybe rock the forehead a few times. Relax the jaw. Remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth. You can move it around the mouth a few times. Let it settle in that space between the top and the bottom teeth. Notice any tension, strain through the shoulders, through the hips. Try to release any of that tension with the breath. On your own, take 3 full, rich, cleansing breaths. That's a nice, deep, full inhale through the nose. Fill the lungs up. As you exhale, open mouth, let go. Take 2 more just like that. Full inhales through the nose. Fill the lungs all the way up. And as you exhale, open through the mouth and let it all go. Sigh it out. And as you feel ready, seal the lips. Start to move into your Ujjayi breath, your yogic breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Just notice that breath is deep, it's rich, it's even. So as you notice that breath has changed, it's a little more elevated. Notice that is an indicator you have overexerted yourself, you've gone too far, so just take it back. Maybe come back to child's pose. Just take a break, whatever you need, hydrate. Always knowing this time, this space here is for you and only you. So make it your practice, make it your own. Maybe set an intention. Maybe send some good love, some energy out to those that you may know that need it most. Just take a few moments here, meditate on that deeply. Take another nice deep full inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And start to slowly walk those hands all the way to the right side, left hand on top of the right. Left cheek, left ear, you can come to the mat, push the hips towards that left. And really breathe into that whole left side of the body. Take one more big breath here. Slowly walk those hands forward. Extend those fingertips forward. Slide the torso all the way through. Start to lift the toes off the mat. Press the earth, raise the palms, drop the head. Tuck the chin in, round it back. Child's pose. Slowly walk those hands all the way over to the left. Right hand on top of the left. Push the hips to that right heel. Use that breath here to create some space onto that whole right side of the body. Just finding that space, that place that feels good. Slowly walk those hands back through center. Affirm through the palms, slide that torso back through again. Press the earth with the palms. Toes off the mat, drop the head. Slide it all the way back to child's pose. Tuck the chin into the chest, round it forward. And set yourself up in a tabletop position. So bring those knees, hips width distance. Hips on top of the knees, shoulders on top of the wrist. Close the eyes. Spread the fingers wide. Those eyes closed. Start to move through some cat-cows. So going into that cow pose, press the earth, make the palms lift the chin. That cat pose, tuck the chin in, really round it out, hollow out the belly. Inhale, moving into that cow spine. Feel the shoulder blades broad. Exhale, tuck it in, round it in. A few more of these. Any other movements that feel good? It's kind of nice with the eyes closed. And really kind of tune into how the body is feeling. Ends up being less about those motions that you just kind of absent-mindedly take day in and day out. It was more about what feels good, what needs a little extra attention. Take one more round wherever you're at. Pause there at center, neutral spine. Affirm the palms through the mat. Tuck the toes if they're not already. Start to hover the knees off the mat. We'll find here a nice little hovering tabletop. Feel a nice stretch there into the toes. Start to feel a little engagement into the quads. Belly button to spine. Hug those knees a little bit higher. Take the gaze a little bit more forward rather than behind you. Relax the jaw. Hug those knees a little bit higher. Keep that flat back. Press the earth with the palms. Hips back and up. Downward facing dog. First down dog here, whatever feels good. You can pedal the feet out. Shake the head, yes, no. Take some deep knee bends, whatever feels good. Don't think about it. Maybe those eyes are still closed. What feels good? Find yourself some stillness. Checking on that alignment. Fingers spread nice and wide. Just head about shoulder width distance apart. Press the earth with the palms. Get the stretch through the shoulders. Start to draw the heels towards the mat, even if they don't meet the mat. If you feel a lot of strain behind the knees, the hamstrings, just take a micro bend into the knees. 3 full breaths. Relax the jaw. One more deep full inhale. Nice long slow exhale. Nice and high in the ball mounds of the feet. Drop the heels to the right, to the left. This time those heels come to the right side. Pause there. Press the earth with the palms. Hips stay nice and high. If you need a little bit more, start to walk those left fingertips top corner of the mat. Come back through center, nice and high in the ball mounds of the feet. Drop the heels to the left, to the right. Next time they're on that left side, pause here. Press the earth with the palms. You'll feel stretch onto that right side already. If you want a little bit more, drop those fingertips top corner. Push the hips up towards the ceiling. Come back through center, nice and high in the ball mounds of the feet. Draw the heels to the mat, walk the hands to the feet. Enjoy that hamstring stretch, ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows, head hangs heavy, tuck the chin into the chest. You're just warming up, so take a deep bend into the knees, and rest that belly on flat, protects through the low back. Don't worry about straightening the legs yet. Really tuck the chin in, take that gaze between the legs. You can take a nice generous sway side to side. Fingertips to the mat, to the shins, lengthen, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, halfway lift, bring those feet hips width distance, that is 2 fists width. If you need to take a measure, thumb, index, and middle fingers grabs the big toes. Little Padangusthasana, big toe pose. So you can start by pressing the thumbs and the big toes firmly in the mat. Inhale, engage the legs, lean forward. Exhale, start to pull yourself forward. Elbows go wide. Tuck the chin in. So it's less about straightening the legs, more about lengthening through the spine. Maybe close the eyes. Take one more breath. Release that grip, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Lift all 10 toes off, and that belly's engaged. Keep the chin tucked into the chest, slowly uncurl one vertebrae at a time. Allow the head to come up last, draw the shoulders down and back. Tadasana mountain pose, close the eyes. Ground down through all 4 corners of the feet. Engage the legs, feel the kneecaps lift. Those palms face forward. And drawing the shoulders down the back, extend through the crown of the head. And you feel that length through the spine, feel the strength through the body. Gently open the eyes, nice soft gaze, soft awareness. Arms up overhead, reach up, stretch up. Left hand reaches all the way up and over to the right. Right hand reaches down right leg. Draw right shoulder forward. Maybe lift the gaze. Push the hips to the left. Come back to center, arms up, reach up, stretch up. Right arm reaches up and over, push the hips to the right. Extend left arm down. Keep the torso square, bellies engaged. Come back to center, arms up, reach up, stretch up. Place those palms high in the glutes, elbows nice and close to the body. Inhale as you lengthen, exhale, push the hips forward. So it's not just about dropping the head. Bring that length through the spine, open up through the chest. Inhale back to center, arms up, reach up, stretch up. Slowly, mindfully, forward fold. Fingertips to the mat, to the shins as you lengthen, lean it forward, gaze forward. Walk it forward, downward facing dog. Take a moment here, pedal the feet out. Shake the head, yes, no, whatever feels good. Find some stillness, find that down dog. Fingers spread nice and wide, hips are nice and high. Take a breath. Come nice and high in the ball mounds of the feet. Drop the heels to the right, to the left. Next time there to that left side, pause, hold here. Take a deep bend into the knees as you bring the hips closer to the mat. And as you straighten the legs, open up side plank. So those feet can be staggered or stacked. You can always bring that left knee to the mat. Hips come high, reach the right arm up, take the gaze up. Slowly come back high in the ball mounds of the feet. Drop the heels to the right, to the left. I told you it was going to be a fun flow. Isn't that fun? Next time those heels drop to the right side, pause. Hold here, deep bend into the knees, hips towards the mat. Open yourself up, find your side. Hips are nice and high. Left hip a little bit more forward. Flex through the toes. And slowly release, stay high in the ball mounds of the feet. Drop the heels towards the mat, walk the hands to the feet. Right dog, grab opposite elbows. Tuck the chin in, let it go. Halfway lift to lengthen, lean forward, gaze forward. Take a deep bend into that left leg, left fingertips or palm to the mat. Maybe take that block if you need more length. Straighten through the right leg, right arm reaches up. Take that gaze up, twist the upper body back. You stack the shoulders. You start to straighten through that left leg. Ground down all four corners of the feet. Slow inhale, rise, revolve. Tadasana, left arm reaches forward. Right arm reaches behind you. Take the gaze behind you. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Right hand down the right leg. Push the hips forward, take the gaze up. Both arms up overhead. Reach up, stretch up. Belly button to spine, forward fold. Lengthen, halfway lift. Fold a little bit deeper. Halfway lift to lengthen. Deep bend into that right leg. Fingertips palm to the block. Left arm reaches up. Stack the shoulders. Take the gaze up. Twist the upper body back. And start to straighten through the right leg. Ground down to the feet. Slow inhale, revolve. Tadasana. Right arm reaches forward. Left arm is behind you. Arms are wide. Chest is open. Reach that right arm up. Left hand down. Push the hips up. Both arms up, reach up, stretch up, slowly forward fold. Halfway lift to lengthen, walk it forward, downward facing dog. 3 breaths in your down dog, nice deep full inhales. Let it go on the exhale. Close the eyes. Just tune in, start to notice how the body's feeling. And some nice movement, some strength. Take another deep full inhale. Let it go on the exhale. Affirm that left palm to the mat. That right hand reaches for that left ankle, calf, maybe the thigh. Take the gaze underneath that left armpit. If you're struggling here, you can always shorten the stance. Make it a little bit easier. You just want to find that twist. Slowly release, reaffirm, find your down dog. Find a breath. And from right palm to mat, left hand will reach for that right ankle, calf, maybe the thigh. Take the gaze underneath the right armpit, find your twist. Shorten the stance if that feels better. Take another breath. Find yourself your down dog. Take a nice deep full inhale. Nice long slow exhale. And inhale the right leg up. Bring the knee to the nose, tuck it in, round it in, hollow out the belly, pause, hold here. Mindfully step it all the way through. Bring that left knee to the mat, reach the arms up overhead. Draw the shoulders down and back, that right hip comes back, left hip forward. See how long you can make that left leg long behind you. And take those thumbs, just hook them, arch the upper body back. Belly's engaged. Lift the gaze. Sit a little deeper into that right leg. Feel a nice stretch to the front of that left hip flexor. You inhale, come back through center. Two options to go into half splits. And kind of go in them however you want. Or you can start to create some strength. Slowly straighten through that right leg. Right heel comes to mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale slowly. Mindfully use that core strength. As you hinge it forward. Reach it forward. Stretch it all the way forward. Forward fold. So right hip back, left hip forward. This is causing me a lot of strain underneath that hamstring. Just micro bend into the knee. Another deep full inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Reaffirm through that right foot. Left palm through mat, low lunge twist, lifting that left knee off the mat. Right arm reaches up, twist the upper body back. Bring that left hip up a little bit higher. Try to stack the shoulders, take one more breath. Release right fingertips to the mat. Stay high in the ball mounds of that back foot. Just straighten that right leg. A modified pyramid pose, forward fold. So the higher you can come on the ball mounds of that back foot gives you a little more extension here through the spine. Take one more breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Step that left foot to right. Forward fold. Lengthen through the spine. Palms to the mat, step it back hyper. Find that top of a push-up position. Nice strong alignment. Take the gaze a little bit more forward. Take a full inhale. Exhale, lower halfway down, chaturanga. As you inhale, upward facing dog, press the earth with the palms. Hips back and up. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Nice long deep breaths. Next inhale, lift the left leg up. Bring the knee to the nose, tuck it in, round it in. Slowly, mindfully step it all the way through. Bring that right knee to the mat, scoop the arms up overhead, lengthen through the spine. Set yourself up, left hip back, right hip forward. Right leg long behind you. Hook those thumbs, arch the upper body back. Belly button to spine. And soften the breath. As you inhale, come back from center to moving into that half split. Slowly start to straighten that left leg. Heel comes to the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale. Slowly, mindfully use that core strength. Nice control here. To forward all the way over. Fingertips on either side of the foot, the leg. Lengthen through the spine, forward fold. And then you can micro bend into that left leg as much as you need to. Breathe deeply here. And those inhales giving you some length. Exhales allows you to stretch deeper. One more. So inhale, halfway lift, and reaffirm back through that left foot. Right palm to the mat, low lunge twist, curl those back toes. Left arm reaches up. Take the gaze up. Bring that right hip up a little bit higher. You stack through the shoulders. One more breath. Those left fingertips to the mat. Stay high in the ball mounds of that back foot. Straighten through the front leg. Forward fold. Modified pyramid, always honoring the differences here in each side. And take a deep bend into that front leg if you need to. Try to straighten through that back as much as you can. Take one more breath. Halfway lift to lengthen. Slowly step that right foot towards the left. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Bring those feet about hips width distance and wrap the arms behind the legs. That right hand grabs that left shin. Left hand grabs the right. Use that leverage to forward fold. Pull yourself as close together as you can. So those feet can come closer if they need to make that connection. Tuck the chin in. Roll a little more weight forward onto the ball mounds of the feet. Breathe into the whole back side of the body. Release that grip, halfway lift to lengthen. Palms to the mat. Find your vinyasa. Almost take that vinyasa supported by bringing those knees to the mat. Bring the knees to the mat, maybe even lift the toes off the mat. You can go into a high cobra instead, and then come in through tabletop. Hips back up, down dog. 3 full breaths. Nice deep full inhale. Nice long, slow exhale. One more breath. And step those feet just wider than hips width distance. Heels in, toes out. Affirm the palms to the mat. Take a full inhale. Kick the gaze forward. Bottom of the exhale, hop it. Find yourself in Malasana Yogi Squat. You can take a few moments here, rock it out. And then you're bringing those hands to heart center. Draw the shoulders down the back. You have that handy dandy block. You can always sit on it if the heels are off the mat. This is pretty easy for you. Start to bring the feet more parallel. This is difficult. Take it wider. Take a breath here. Try to use those triceps to pull those knees a little further apart, working into those hips. And those right fingertips come to the mat. In front of right shoulder, in front of the right knee, left arm reaches up. Take the gaze up, twist. Bring more weight back onto the heel. And slowly switching sides, left fingertips to the mat. Left shoulder in front of the knee, right arm reaches up. Notice if that right knee wants to start to cave into the midline, and I'm gently pulling it out. Come back to center. Hands come to heart center. Take a moment here and collect the breath. Let go of any thoughts that doesn't serve you here. Moving into a little arm balance, a little crow pose. This is a perfect place to stay. Just kind of hang out, working into the hips. You want to have a little bit of fun. If you know crow, go for it. Do what you got to do. If it's something you've been working on, no better time to start. Fingers spread nice and wide, not those mitten hands. Nice and wide. Affirm the entire palm to the mat. Middle finger pointing directly forward. You can always start by just rocking forward and back like this. Just kind of getting used to that motion. Want those hands shoulder width distance apart. Start to take a bend into the elbows if you're going into chaturanga. Take the gaze forward rather than behind you. And start by lifting just the right toes off the mat. Maybe rock it forward, lift the left. And eventually both. You get both toes off the mat, big toes to touch. Hips are nice and high. Heels towards the glutes. Take another breath. We'll meet back into our yogi squat. Give yourself a smile. Whatever you did, rocks, trust me. And if you are that person that's eating some pizza or having a muffin while you're watching, more power to you. Reach those arms behind the back, humble warrior grip. Straighten the legs, bring the feet parallel to each other, forward fold. Tuck the chin in. Let it all go here. Breathe deeply here into the shoulders. Take one more breath. And release those fingertips to the mat to the shins. Lengthen, halfway lift. Palms to the mat, step it back. Flow through your vinyasa. You can always just meet us in down dog. Skip your vinyasa all together. Nice deep full inhales. Go on the exhale. Inhale the right leg up. Bring the knee to the nose, tuck it in, round it in, pause, hold here. Step it all the way through. Low lunge twist. Left knee stays off the mat. Right arm reaches up. Take the gaze up. Twist the upper body back. Bring the left hip up a little bit higher. Really mount through that right foot. You press the earth with that left palm. Take a full inhale. Slowly bring left knee, left tricep. Re-extend. Left knee, left tricep. Re-extend. Find that low lunge twist. Left knee, left tricep. Pause, hold here. Ground down all four corners of that right foot. Slowly inhale, rise up. It'll revolve, one-legged Tadasana. Left knee comes in towards the chest, flex through the left toes. Left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches behind you. Step those feet together, chair pose. Reach the arms up, lengthen, lift the gaze. Sweep it back, sparrow pose. Come high in the ball mounds of the feet. Sit deep into that chair. Arms are behind you, palms face down. Forward fold to release. Halfway lift to lengthen. Palms to the mat, step, jump, float it back. Find your vinyasa. Find your breath here. Let it all go. Inhale that left leg up. Bring the knee to the nose, tuck it in. Step it all the way through. Low lunge twist, left arm reaches up, take the gaze up. Twist the upper body back. Nice and high in the ball onto that back foot. Stay deep into the lunge of that left leg. Press the earth with that right palm. Slowly, mindfully, slow, more control. Right knee, right tricep. Slowly slide it back. That right knee, right tricep. Slowly slide it back one more time just for funsies. Pause, hold here. Mount through that left foot. Slow inhale, rise up. And revolve. One-legged Tadasana. Oh my gosh, how many drinks have I had? Ground down through that left foot. Right knee in towards the chest. Right arm reaches forward. Left arm reaches behind you. Step the feet together, chair pose. Reach the arms up. Reach up, stretch up. Find that sparrow pose. Sweep the arms behind you. High on the ball mounds of the feet. Forward fold to release. Halfway lift to lengthen. Palms to the mat, step, jump, float it back. Find your vinyasa, find your breath. We will meet in downward facing dog. Close the eyes. So find yourself in down dog. We'll take 3 full cleansing breaths. Nice deep full inhale through the nose. Fill the lungs all the way up. Exhale, open mouth, let it go. Another inhale through the nose. Fill the lungs up. Exhale, open mouth. One more just like that. Full inhale through the nose. Fill the lungs up all the way to the top. Sigh it all out. Nice and slow. Walk the hands to the feet. Come to the back, the mat, forward fold. And that nice strong ujjayi breath. Halfway lift to lengthen. Bring those feet together, big toes to touch. Sit down into that chair. Sweep the arms up. Drop shoulders down the back. As you stay into that chair, just revolve that right arm behind you. Left arm reaches forward. Come back through center, arms up, reach up. Sweep that left arm behind you, right arm reaches forward. Sweep those arms up, reach up, stretch up. Forward fold to release. Halfway lift to lengthen. Fold a little bit deeper. Sit down back into that chair, arms up, reach up, stretch up. Sweep that right arm behind you. Take the gaze behind you, sit a little bit deeper. Just take top of those arms. That left hand just outside that right foot. Right arm reaches up. Find some breath here. And a little bit of fun. 2 options. Left hand can just stay here on that right calf, shin. Left hand can grab the outside of that right foot. Take a slow inhale to rise. Mount through all 4 corners of that left foot. That right arm will start to reach behind you. Then keep that right leg bent. You start to straighten through. Lift through the chest. Lift the gaze. Take a breath. As you release that right foot, sweep the feet together, reach the arms up, sit into your chair. Sweep it back, sparrow pose. Forward fold to release. Halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Sit down into that chair, reach the arms up, reach up, stretch up. Left arm reaches behind you. Take the gaze behind you. Sweep those arms up. Right arm reaches behind you. Sweep those arms up. Once again, left arm reaches behind you. Find your breath. Sit a little bit lower. Tick-tock those arms. That right hand outside of that left leg. Left arm reaches up. Those same options. That right hand can just stay here. Can also grab outside of that left foot. Mount through all four corners of the right foot. Inhale to rise. Now find that strength through that right leg first. Start to straighten that left if you like. Lift the gaze. Chest is open. If you fall out, no big deal. Plenty of time to try to get back in. Take one more breath. Slowly step those feet together, chair pose. Sweep it back, sparrow pose. Forward fold to release. Halfway lift. Walk it forward. Find your vinyasa. Three full rich cycles of breath. That's a lot for chair pose. Probably need a minute. I know I do. Take one more deep breath. Inhale the right leg up. Bring the knee to the nose, tuck it in, round it in. Slowly, mindfully step it through. Bring that left knee to the mat, arms up overhead. Draw the shoulders down the back. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Palms meet. Bring those hands to the back of the head, nape of the neck. Lift the gaze, arch the upper body back. And the inhale, come back, reach up. Finding that half splits once more. Slowly, mindfully, can you hinge and reach? Stretch it forward. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. If you feel warm enough to go into full splits, go for it. Let's use a block as well. You're not quite there. And set that block underneath that right leg. And then prop you up. As you're going into those full splits, you just want to walk the hands closer in towards the hips. So you're not leaning weight forward. You do have those full splits. It feels good. You can almost forward fold. Those inhales give you that length. Exhale, fold. Take one more breath. You are in full splits. Make yourself back into half splits. Halfway lift to lengthen. Bring that right pinky all the way to the mat. Walk the hands to the right. Push the hips to the left. Tuck the chin into the chest. You can straighten through that right leg. Before you can watch those left fingertips over. Lift yourself back through center. Halfway lift to lengthen. Reaffirm through that right foot. Left palm to the mat. Low lunge twist. Stack the shoulders. Twist a little bit deeper. Nice and high on the bottom of that back foot. Round down through all four corners of that right foot. Start to track the inner thighs together. Inhale to rise, revolve crescent. Left arm will reach forward, right arm reaches behind you. Arms wide, chest is open. Sweep those arms up overhead. Reach up, stretch up, palms meet. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Let's tip of the left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Lift that right shoulder's up by that ear, drop down the back. Take 3 full breaths. And twist even deeper. You can always bring that left knee to the mat. Press those palms together, take the gaze down at the mat. Ground down all four corners of that right foot. Step left foot to right, chair twist. Checking at those knees, that left knee has that tendency to come forward. Bring it behind you. Sit a little bit lower. Perfect place to stay. Take those arms wide as we did before. Find yourself into a little side crow. A little more arm balancing for funsies. Two options when you're working into the side crow. First option is something that's not too familiar. You'll use that right tricep to support the right side of your body. So that left tricep will come up by the knees. Fingers spread wide, fingers are pointing directly forward. Lean the weight forward. And those toes will start to lift off. This is pretty familiar to you. You're going to bring that left tricep closer in towards the hip. So that right tricep is just free. Take the gaze forward. Start to lift the toes. Whatever variation suits you. If you fall out, nobody knows. Doesn't matter, try again. Challenge yourself. If you're working into that chair twist, twist even deeper. When you've had enough, we'll meet in a forward fold. You can pedal the feet out. Shake them yes, no. Halfway lift to lengthen, lean forward, gaze forward. Palms to the mat, step, jump, float it back, find your vinyasa. We will meet in down dog. Always, sometimes a lot of these postures, especially arm balances, seem like they're advanced postures. Just like anything else, take it step by step. Step one is spreading those fingers. Step two is leaning it forward. You're gonna fall out. It is a practice. It is not an arrival. Eventually you won't fall out, and even then, you're gonna fall out. So it's gotta get over that whole thing. Makes it much easier, makes it more enjoyable. Makes it a little more fun. Don't be so hard on yourself. Inhale, left leg lifts. Knee to nose, tuck it in, round it in, pause, hold here. So you step it all the way through. And bring that right knee to the mat. Reach the arms up overhead. Palms meet, take the gaze up. Bring those palms to the nape of the neck. Arch the upper body back. Inhale, come back to center. Find yourself into your half splits any way you like. You can also move yourself into those full splits if you are warmed up enough. Again, using that block if that serves you. You're in that full splits. See if you can walk the hands closer in towards the hips, you're not leaning forward. If you have the full splits, breathe to forward fold. Whenever you're at, close the eyes. Notice the breath. Really actively focus on slowing the breath down. Relaxing through the jaw. Allow your body to kind of settle into this shape. Take one more breath. And full splits start to meet us back into half splits. Halfway lift to lengthen. Left pinky comes all the way to the mat. Walk the hands to the left. Push the hips to the right. Tuck the chin in. They rock those right fingertips all the way over. Tie yourself back through center. Reaffirm through that left foot. Right palm to the mat, that low lunge twist. Curl those back toes. Right knee comes off the mat. Left arm reaches up. Take the gaze up. Stack the shoulders. As you're not dumping into that right shoulder. Ground down through that left foot. Slow inhale, rise up. Arms are spread nice and wide. Chest is open. Zip the arms up overhead. Reach up, stretch up. Palms meet. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Tip of that right elbow outside of that left knee. You can always bring the right knee to the mat. You focus here on that twist. Left hip comes behind you. Take another full breath here. Take that gaze down towards the mat. Ground down all four corners of the right foot. Slowly step left foot. Slowly step right foot next to left. Stay into that twisted chair. If you have those same options, you can stay here in that twisted chair. You can take those arms nice and wide. Just start to work into that side crow. Again, fingers are spread wide. If you need more of that support onto that left side, using that left tricep. Elbows are close to the bodies if you're going into chaturanga. And you're just going to want to lean that weight forward. Take the gaze more forward rather than behind you. Start to lift the toes up now. And if that Feels good. You want to go a little bit deeper. Bit of a challenge. Start to bring that right tricep closer to the hip. That frees up that left tricep. Lean that weight forward. Lift the toes. Whatever variation you take, find some breath as you do so. You're working to that twist. Can you sit down a little bit more? Can you twist a little bit deeper? And you've had enough. Forward fold to release. Halfway lift to lengthen, lean it forward. Exhale, fold. Bring those big toes to touch. Into a little Pada Hastasana, hands to feet, pose from behind. Deep bend into the knees, reach the arms behind you. Scoop up under the heels, ankles, or calves. It is less important how low that grip is. Just want to rest belly on thigh. Tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lift the hips. And think about burying that face into the shins. Eventually, crown of the head will meet the top of the feet. Roll a little more weight forward onto the ball mounds of the feet. Take one more breath. Release, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Come nice and high in the ball mounds of the feet. Take a deep bend into the knees, hips to heels, forehead to knees, chin into the chest. Pause, hold here. Find a breath. Slowly bring that seat to the mat. Start by extending the legs out in front of you. Bring those legs together, feet together. Feet are flexed. Might need to move some of that extra pepperoni pizza out of the way so you can feel the sit bones onto the mat. Arms up, reach up, stretch up. Hinge, reach, stretch it forward. Crown of the head extends towards the feet. Now instead of just hanging out, if your hamstrings are particularly tight, you can always sit on a block. Sitting on that block elevates hips, makes this stretch a little bit more accessible. You can always take a deep bend into the knees as much as you need to as you lengthen through the spine. If you're feeling a little more stretchy today, maybe take a block and bring it to the soles of the feet. You can go ahead and grab that block, gives you a little more length. Three full breaths, full inhales through the nose. Let go through the nose. Take one more deep full inhale. Nice long exhale. And we'll take an inhale to rise. I'm just going to pivot to face you. So keep that left leg extended long. I'm going to grab the outside of that right foot. Take a nice bend there into that leg. You can just start here by opening this up. Now think about bringing the knee there into that armpit. Just don't want to be rounding back and doing all this. Keep the spine nice and straight and long. If you need a little bit more, and start to cradle that right calf. Use the leverage you have with this left. Try to bring that right foot closer in towards that shoulder. Lifting through the chest. Again, you're not rounding back. Need a little bit more. And you want to cradle that right foot into that crease. Right knee into that crease. Again, can you use that leverage? Close the eyes. Relax the jaw. Find your breath here. And breathing into those hip flexors. Feels good after all those lunges, all those chair poses. If you don't know, I'm a huge fan of chair pose. I think it's a lot of fun. I mean, maybe fun isn't the word, but it's a good one. Take 3 more breaths. And you can stay here. This is an excellent place to stay. It feels really good. I want to work a little more into your hamstrings. Working a little compass pose. So I'm going to start trying to get a connection here. The shoulder tricep and that crease there at that knee. As high as you can get it. That left hand will grab the outside of that right foot. Left leg can stay straight. You can bring that heel in towards the body. Right fingertips to the mat. And start to straighten through that right leg. Take the gaze underneath that left armpit. So wherever you're at, you might be here. You might be here. You might have done something, come on to your, who knows where you're at. It's totally fine. It should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Now, if you want a little more fun with an arm balance, you can get into a little 8-angle pose from here. You're going to start by finding that connection. This is step one. You want this little crocodile arm over here. Fingers spread nice and wide. Plant through the palms. Left ankle on top of the right. Maybe this is where you start. Just get this connection. This feels good. Then start to rock the weight forward. Eventually those hips, the glutes will come off the mat. Once the hips and glutes are off the mat, stay here and breathe. Straighten the legs. Take a bend into the elbows. Take the gaze to the toes. Keep the elbows, shoulders, everything's in a line. Find what feels good. Maybe you're in that compass pose variation. Maybe you're in that 8-angle. Maybe you're taking a nap. Take one more breath. I'm going to release that right ankle on top of the left knee. Left ankle will go underneath. So we're taking a little double pigeon here. So this double pigeon, you're not crossing the legs. You're stacking those legs like fire logs. You should be able to see a triangle space in between. Tendency here for that right hip to come forward. So slide that right hip behind you. Perfect place to stay. So it's pretty intense onto those outer hips. You want a little bit more. You can reach it forward. You're going to start to take that forehead to a block. The more you hinge forward, a little more intense the stretch is going to be. So if that's what you want, go for it. And close the eyes. So really, what's important here is really less about whatever sensations you're feeling in the body, how this feels into those outer hips. And really more about how you are reacting to those sensations. Are you in your head? You're kind of complaining, pissing and moaning because your hips hurt and oh my gosh. Well, that's why you're here. So you already are on one foot ahead of the other. So maybe say something kind. Maybe something empowering to yourself. How did that other nonsense go? Three full breaths. Can you take that last breath deeper, longer, richer? Take a slow inhale to rise. Slowly release those legs. Shake them out. Be pretty intense, especially if you haven't worked those outer hips in a few days. Switch sides. Start by keeping that right leg nice and straight. Toes are flexed. Left hand will grab the outside of the foot. Chest is lifted. And just start here, open it up. Who's honoring the differences in each side? Who's feeling that posture, our body, they change from day to day, what feels good, rather than just immediately going to where you always go. Kind of listen, tune in. Want a little bit more, start to cradle that left calf. Again, that right arm uses that leverage to open you up a little bit deeper. And you want to take that cradle there with that foot to that crease of that right elbow. Again, lifting through the chest. Close the eyes wherever you're at. How do you find your deepest, richest breath here? Okay. Stay here if that feels good. You want to move into compass pose. A little stretch there for the hamstrings. Right leg can stay straight. You can come into the body. Again, trying to get that connection here, that crease there of that knee onto that shoulder tricep. Right hand will grab the outside. Maybe start to straighten through that left leg. Maybe take the gaze past the right. Oh, I'm going to do this on this step. And stay there. We want that arm balance. Why not? 8 angle pose. Find that connection, find that crocodile arm here. Fingers spread nice and wide, plant the palms. Right ankle on top of the left. Again, finding this connection is the most important piece. That's what's going to keep you stable. Lift the hips, straighten the legs, bend into the elbows. Wherever you're at is where you're at. Find the place that feels good. You should be able to breathe with ease. And release into that double pigeon. Left ankle on top of the right knee. Right ankle below. Slide that left hip behind you, stacking those calves. Stay here, lifted, perfect place to stay. Close the eyes. And start to reach, stretch, extend it forward. And let it go on the exhales. Such an intense posture. Inhale gives you length. Exhale, hinge it forward, stretch it forward wherever you're at. Two more full breaths. Relax the jaw. So inhale, rise. Lean it back, release those legs, just shake it out, nice and easy. A little seated twist before we find ourselves in that final Savasana. Start, left leg is bent or straight. Right leg comes up and over, so if you notice that right glute is lifted, you're going to want to straighten through that left leg so you can keep those sit bones to the mat. So we bring that right palm to the base of the spine. Sweep that left arm up and over. Ground down through that right big toe. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. Take the gaze way past that right shoulder. Belly button to spine twist even deeper. Slowly untwist. Take a counter twist. Walk both hands over to that left side. Favorite transition here in those twists. Both legs are bent. Lift the hips. Rotate yourself around. That right leg will be bent. Left leg is up and over. Ground down through that left big toe. Left palm base of the spine. Right arm up and over. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Belly button to spine. Slowly untwist yourself. Take a counter twist. Come back through center. Unwrap those legs. Slide yourself to the middle of the mat if you're not there already. Not through those feet. We'll bend there into the knees. Reach the arms forward. Inhale, lengthen, exhale. Slowly round yourself down. As much as you're rounding back, reach the arms forward. Last little bit of strength. So find yourself all the way back. And the soles of the feet together. Supine butterfly pose. So left hand to the belly, right hand to the heart. You want a deeper stretch. Bring the heels closer into the groin. That's too intense. Just pull them further away. Close the eyes. Take a nice deep full inhale through the nose. Fill the lungs up. Exhale, open mouth. Let it go. Full inhale through the nose. Fill the lungs up. Exhale, open mouth. One more full inhale through the nose. Fill the lungs up all the way to the top. Take one more sip. Take one more sip and hold it. Sigh it all out. Take another breath or two, just in this shape. Just allow that breath to come back to its own natural rhythm. It'll soften and deepen. And whenever it feels good in your body, find whatever shape serves you for your final Savasana. Legs nice and long and wide, arms are wide, eyes are closed. Let it all go here. Release. Best part of your practice. Might be the best part of your day. It's time that you have to yourself, for yourself. So stay here, be here as long as you can. Maybe just a breath or two longer than you usually do. Allow the hips to draw heavy, shoulders are down the back. Relax the jaw. Let it go. It's always an honor to be able to guide it, kind of be here with you during this very, very strange time. I hope you had fun today. So see you very soon. Namaste.